What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here with Callum's M135. It's got quite a few things done to it. It's really quick, I know that firsthand. Yeah, hell of a thing. So let's dive into it and see what it's about. So it's actually my second time in this thing, isn't it?
Yes.
So tell us, what's the story? How'd you get to this car? Has it come from stock? What have you done to it?
Yeah, so dead on a year ago today, I was looking at buying another daily.
Yep.
To replace my Audi wagon. I was looking at getting a 325 BMW, an F30. It's a little 4-cylinder.
Yep.
And then I sort of was looking around, shopping around, and came upon this. Bought it as the intentions to be a daily. And then it quickly evolved to not being a daily, so I had to buy another daily.
That's always the case, yeah.
Yeah, so bought it and pretty much immediately started putting things into it. I wanted to make it a little bit more lively.
Yep. So what sort of power in that do they come out with standard?
Standard's about 320 horsepower.
Yep.
And 450 newton meters of torque.
So that's at the wheels being German?
Yeah, at the rear wheel.
Yep.
Completely stock, so it's an N55 straight 6.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I quickly put a few things onto it, and she's now running 450 brake horsepower and 600 newton meters of torque. So
what do you have to do to wake it up to that extent?
Everything on the sort of accessory-wise on the motor's been changed.
Yep.
So I'm still running stock injectors, stock turbo, stock fuel pump.
Yeah, right.
So she's had an intake, bigger intercooler, downpipes, charge pipes, turbo control, a tune now, a gearbox tune, and a few other little bits and pieces.
And I know firsthand it is quite quick because there's not much in it between my car to the speed limit.
That's it.
Pretty close, yeah. And it sounds cool. Like, does it have a crackle tune, or is that just how it is? Or
it has a slight mild crackle map, you can say, on it. It's more for boost hold than anything.
So it's obviously incredibly low. What's done to the suspension? Is it stock or aftermarket?
Yeah, it's aftermarket. I was looking at getting just a set of lowering springs, and then I thought, I'm probably going to end up changing wheel and tyres over the years. So I got a set of BCBR custom coilovers made for it. They actually came from the US. Yeah, I got them, put them on. I'm incredibly happy with it. Keeps the rideability of the car while allowing it to handle incredibly well. And
it still works in with your modes of, like, nothing adjusts as far as suspension in terms of your different modes and comfort or anything, or is that just as far as the engine management side of things?
So yeah, between comfort, sport and sports plus, that's engine and gearbox management.
Yep.
Along with the steering controls. It lightens the steering and also throttle response. I've actually removed, this car came factory with active suspension. It was nice, it was a nice feature to be able to go between active from sport and comfort mode.
Yep.
But I decided to pull it out and just stick with it as a complete coilover setup.
Yep.
Because the car, again, isn't my daily anymore. It's just a weekender. It's more of a track, or not track and hills orientated car.
Yep. And I saw you've got the fresh Michelin 4s on it.
Yes.
5-spot 4s.
Yeah, from where I bought it, it came with a set of just Chinese rolly things. Decided to go and...
Black and round.
Yeah. Decided to go and spend a bit of money on a proper set of tyres, and it changed the car completely.
Yep. No, they're definitely worth it. And how do you find even the ride comfort? Because I found with Michelins on mine, it actually rides surprisingly well.
Yeah, it does. This car still rides the same with Michelins and a set of BCs as it did in comfort mode with the old suspension that was in it, the factory suspension. But in the corners, it just outperforms a lot of cars.
Yep.
I'm very surprised with them.
Yep. So what's the plans from here, I suppose?
Plans from here will be going for a pure turbo, so a pure 800 turbo upgrade. Yep. Set of injectors and a bigger fuel pump, and probably E85 management.
And what sort of power would you expect with that?
It's unknown at this point. Probably it'd be around 550.
Yeah, right. And what sort of torque?
700 to 800, hopefully. We'll see what we can get out the tune. But still running with an open center diff in the rear, so that's another thing I'm looking at doing.
Yep. What sort of diffs are available for these things?
You can actually grab, I think it's the M3 or the M4 LSD. The cores of them fit into these diffs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's quite nice. It's a nice factory upgrade.
So visually, what have you got done to this thing?
Yeah, she's got a Maxton splitter kit on it all the way around and a rear diffuser.
Yep.
Just helps get the car, it feels a little bit lower to the ground while not really being as low as it could be.
Although it is pretty low.
It is pretty low.
Yeah.
That is how I like my cars.
How much lower have you made it on the coilovers?
About an inch and a bit from factory.
Yeah, right.
So
it sits really well, actually.
it does, and I've still got more in the coilovers if I wanted to go lower, but I keep it just a little bit higher as it is to be able to do track work and stuff like that without ripping the guards up.
Yep. So, see, also spy a bit of carbon.
Yes.
For the carbon.
Yeah, it's got a carbon rear wing on it, which was a gift from the shop that I got a bunch of work done at.
Yep.
Just because I didn't have time to do the work on the car when I got it. I
Yep.
just got GMW to do it. Yeah. And he had it lying around and he offered it to me.
Yeah,
Which is incredibly
it's
nice.
really good,
I love that
actually.
wing.
Yep.
It helps sort of square out the rear end of the car a lot.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Slightly more aggressive. So you plan to get a bit more carbon as well, don't you?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I want to get the M3, M4 style mirror caps
Yep.
with the little angel overs and
Yeah, they got the little fin on them, don't they?
yeah.
Yep.
Just makes it look a little bit more aggressive.
And you're going to do things like carbon steering wheel and stuff, or?
Yeah, BMW makes a shift light, and integrated into it is the actual gear you're in.
Yeah, I have seen those.
Yeah, number, it's full Alcantara and carbon. So I'd love to get one of those eventually. Because sometimes with it being an 8-speed, you don't really know what gear you're in sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're concentrating on the road more than anything else.
So did they come in a manual variant, or was it just the
They
autos?
did, yep. I believe it's a 6-speed manual that came in.
Yep.
Slightly slower just because of the gearing ratio.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, no, I love this automatic trans. It's incredibly predictable and responsive, especially with the gearbox tune that's in it.
Yep.
To keep with the power.
And have you ever run this at the drags?
I have. That was on the old tyres and not using launch control.
Yep.
I got a 12.8 from memory.
What was the mile an hour?
I can't remember, I'd have to check.
Yep. That is decent, and like you said, I was actually there for that one. It didn't take off. It wasn't a good representation of the car in the 60 foot,
No, definitely not.
but there's definitely more in it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get back, but due to COVID,
Yep.
Plex has been shut.
Yep. All right, we're about to see what this BMW life's like. It definitely picks up, man. That is impressive, actually. And what I like, similar to mine in a way, it's minimal mods to get it to this point.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Very impressive.
The engine itself is, not struggling at all. It's very reliable at this power level and with the mods that are done to it.
Do you know what boost it's at for this power?
I'm not sure actually. I need to find out. I've been meaning to.
Yep. No, it's quite an impressive thing, and it really grips. Like it really handles now, especially with those Michelins. It really hangs on.
I love it.
All right. It spun a bit there in first,
A
mate.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Even with Pilot Sport Forward, she still can't really grip it.
that is killer. It shoves you in. Hey, the gearing with this 8-speed, it's really good. It's really responsive. Hey.
It keeps all your available power always in power. There's never a dull spot.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that. Well, I love it, man. I can see why you live that BMW life, mate. It's actually it's a very impressive thing. Very cool, and just a bit different too, especially for WA.
Yeah.
Not many people doing it over here. Everyone's got the Commodores and the Falcons, and it's good to see someone doing something a little bit different, to be honest.
Something different.
So there's a guy with a Falcon.
It's nice with the plates as well. You always get that Commodore that pulls up next to you thinking, oh, it's just a 4-cylinder front-wheel drive thing, and then go off the lights and bye-bye Commodore.
Yeah. So I spotted this brace behind us as well, mate. What's going on with that?
Yeah, that's a BAF brace from the UK.
Yep.
It goes between the seat anchor points and the luggage anchor points, or child restraint anchor points in the boot.
So does that actually help stiffen up the back of the car? Or?
Yeah, it actually really helps stiffen up the back of the car.
Yeah.
These have a little bit of, you can feel a little bit of body movement in them.
Yeah.
And that, eliminates all of it. It helps put power to the ground as well.
Plus, it's just visually appealing.
It is very visually appealing.
Yeah.